Hey everybody, welcome to Old Iron Garage. Thank you for tuning in. So, I am in the truck taking a little break from what I was doing outside. It is a cloudy, dreary Sunday afternoon, and I decided to go ahead and make a video to show a recent tool purchase that I made. I actually just got it earlier today from Amazon. So anyways, let's dive in and take a look at it. So here it is. This is the box it comes in. It is yellow because it is meant to be used with DeWalt 20-volt lithium cordless tool batteries. This is an off-brand tool. It is available on Amazon. I got it for, it was in the mid to upper 20s US dollars. I don't remember the exact price off the top of my head. But there's a lot of different options for these out there, like aftermarket, off-brand tools that take, like, name-brand cordless tool batteries. And I do not use DeWalt tools, so why did I order this one? I don't have any DeWalt batteries. Well, I use Hercules, and mostly Hercules, and a couple of Earthquake XT tools from Harbor Freight. I wanted something to fit my Hercules 20-volt lithium batteries. DeWalt tools and Hercules tools, the batteries, like the 20-volt lithium batteries, are very, very similar. And it's not, from what I read and the videos I watched online, it is not hard to get one battery to fit the other brand's tool. So I watched videos on making a Hercules battery fit a DeWalt tool, and I decided to go with this one. So what does it come with? In the box, you get, obviously you get the tool and instructions for it, but you also get the air line, which you just screw in by hand on one side. The other side has your adapter to go onto a typical Schrader valve. If you have a bicycle, you could get this to fit other valves if you buy a Schrader to, let's say, Presta valve adapter, if you're running Presta valves. Has this on there to lock it in place on the valve. It also comes with instructions and a little bag of like different fittings you can put on there to pump up like let's say like a basketball or like an inflatable air mattress or something like that. Here is the tool. The brand is DIY Tool Lives. I don't. No, DIY Tool IFZ. I don't know. It's an off-brand tool. Anyways, yeah, it takes a DeWalt 20-volt lithium cordless tool, but by trimming this little bit off on the other side over here with a Stanley knife, which I'm going to clean it up a bit more, I am able, trying to do this one-handed here, I'm able to fit my Hercules 20-volt lithium cordless tool battery. It is not a perfect fit. I'm going to have to round this corner on the tool a little bit more on both sides to get it to fit in there to close this gap. But it does not click into, like I said, I'm trying to do this one-handed. It does not click into place fully. Like, you can just push it back out, and I've taken a look at it, and it looks like by rounding these corners a little bit more, I will be able to get it to fit a little bit further in there. But it still looks like this slot is still just a little bit too far back. It needs to be like up here where the edge of my fingernail is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Dremel and I'm going to route this out. and try to get that to fit a little bit better. I might try a Stanley knife first to see if I can do it with that. So it'll be a little bit cleaner lines than a Dremel, and more square corners. But regardless of whether that clips in place or not, I will make it to where it will clip in place. But regardless, the battery does go in. It's a pain one-handed, but the battery does go in. And it turns on. So you can turn it off. Turn it on. Now, this has some preset PSI settings. Like you set it to what you want the PSI to be, and it'll shut off when it gets to that target PSI. It's for car, motorcycle, bicycle, basketball, or just set it to whatever you want. Now, I'm going to go ahead and screw this thing in because it's quite a bit noisier without this screwed in. You know, imagine like a car with no muffler. It's noisy without this in. Let me do this off camera. I'll be back. Okay, so now we have this screwed in. I wanted to screw this in because, like I said, it's quite noisy without this. It's still noisy, but just like a car with no exhaust pipe, like, you know, the exhaust dumping right out of the head. No header or no exhaust pipe. This is a lot louder without this on here. So, not that you would normally run it without the hose, but for the sake of the video, I wanted to put this on so it's not as noisy. It's still going to be noisy. So, we turn it on. And, you know, you set whatever PSI you want, then you just pull the trigger. Like I said, quite noisy, but you can see it is running with a Hercules 20-volt lithium battery. I tried to find an adapter on Amazon. They make, you know, there's companies out there making different adapters that allow you to use like Hercules batteries for this and that, or Bauer batteries from Harbor Freight for this and that, or you can use Milwaukee for DeWalt, DeWalt for Milwaukee, just they make batteries to adapt about any battery to any tool now. But for the life of me, I know there is one available, but I could not find an adapter that allowed me to use a Hercules battery on a DeWalt tool. So I don't like the adapter. It just adds, you know, more thickness there. It puts something between the battery and the tool, so the battery sticks down further. It just makes it bulkier. So I decided to go this route. Save me, I don't know, $20 maybe anyways. So, but as you can see, it works. Other features the tool has. It has a light on it. It's not crazy bright. Not real impressed with it, but it is definitely bright enough that in the darkness, it will light up, you know, the wheel so that you can see to put on the, to connect it to your, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. I'm a little bit out of it, so I'm struggling for words. Your, valve stem, that's it. But anyways, it also has a couple of red flashing modes for, like, I guess one of them's an SOS mode. So, but yeah, that's it. I mean, for an off-brand cheap tool, it seems to be well made, feels good in the hand, it works, and I was able to adapt my Hercules batteries to it. Needs a little more work for that to click in place and lock in place, but I will do that at a later time when I am feeling better. But this is going to be very nice to take to. like to take when I go to antique tractor shows, and I'm showing tractors, I like to take along some basic stuff in case I need it, in case a tractor's not cooperating, doesn't want to start, battery dies, or tires go flat, things like that. And this is one of the things I'll be taking. But it's also nice to be able to take that stuff to help other people out as well. So I usually take like a can of starting fluid, extra can of gas, stuff like that. Just the most basic hand tools that you would typically need for an antique piece of equipment. Like a portable booster box, which I'm going to be upgrading from the bulky kind to like the small kind that just fits in your hand in the near future. But I'll be taking one of those, and then now I'll have this to take. So that'll be great. Okay, I'm going to conduct a just real quick demonstration showing that the tool does stop pumping air when it reaches its target air pressure. Up here, it will show whatever the current air pressure is, where you see the zeros. How I'm going to do this here in the truck is I'm going to use my thumb to cover here, and I'm going to slowly start pushing harder and harder and harder until it reaches 30 psi in the line. So, and then it'll stop. Let's get started. It's going to be a little bit noisy. Yeah, and then as it leaks out, it goes back down. All right, that's it. All right, well, that wraps up this video. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this of me showing tools or other products that I have bought and tried, let me know. And I will keep that in mind. Yeah, if you like the kind of content that you see on this channel and you want to see more of it in the future, please hit that subscribe button if you have not already to get notified of future video uploads. Alright, well that's it. I will see you in the next one. Later. Hey, one last little clip here for this video. So I did end up getting the Hercules battery to clip in place. So if you remember, to get it to slide in, I had to trim a little bit out here. To get it to clip in place, I had to trim out further. You can see the slot stopped right here. I trimmed it up to here. And now, I'm doing this one-handed. Come on now. It's in there, and it is not coming out. It's in there. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next one. All right, later.